Hi guys, and welcome to today's task. For today's task, I am going to be showing you an update on my tomato flower beds, which you guys have seen. You saw me do a video on tilling the soil and making it look super nice. But what I want to point out today is this guy, my kind of innovative tomato trellises, if you will. There are currently 32 tomato plants, two different varieties. These are beefsteak, these are celebrity. I want these tomatoes to bottle and put away for food storage, and so those are the breeds that I picked. But planting that many tomato plants means I need a lot of tomato grates that go around, and you guys have all seen those kind of wire mesh ones that sit around the plant really well. They're bent by one season and they're ruined, and they're a pain in the butt to stack. And if you have 32 of them, it adds up to being a pricey little bit. And if you buy the more expensive kind that are like really hard steel and whatnot, those are really expensive. Times 32, you're a couple $100. So a few years ago, I think my brother did this and showed me it. I'm not sure. And then me and my father-in-law stole the idea as well and have made these. All it is 50-inch by 16-foot piece of cattle fencing. It's relatively cheap. It was cheaper when I bought the first one, but I went and bought one more today so that I have an even 4. I technically only have 3, but we're gonna make 4. You get it? You guys get it. You know what's going on. The current rate right now at the local farmer store where I went to, IFA, Cal Ranch, those kind of stores will have them. I think Tractor Supply might even carry them. So just really any farmer store. I don't know that Lowe's and Home Depot do carry them, but you may want to check. I don't know. What I do know is ordering it online is not an option. So you got to go to your local store, maybe drive a little bit further to find it. They are a Bearcat to get home because they are huge. You can get them in 8-foot sections, but that's more expensive. The 16-foot section is a little cheaper to just cut in half, and I'm going to show you how I do that. But all in all, I'm only into this 120 bucks. I couldn't put decent racks that will last for years on end around 32 tomato plants for less than 200 bucks. So these are a good way to go. And the thing I like about them is they look uniform no matter what. I mean, it's really simple. It kind of helps me map out where I need my tomato plants as I kind of lay them out inside of it, and it just helps me out. I really like it. This is 10 years of use, and this is about the worst bend that I have. Same on that one. I don't know what hit them, but anyway, you keep the good edge to the front because everybody sees that. You keep the funky edge where you cut, and it's a little bit crazy, to the back. The edges are super sharp. I cut them with a grinder, but I'm going to show you a different method to cut them today that's a little bit easier, and you get a cool tool out of the deal that, I don't know, I kind of thought was worthwhile. Okay, well, my original plan may have failed. I thought I was going to use bolt cutters because it's super easy. It's like real simple. You don't have to be scared of the tool at all, but mine are somewhere buried and I can't find them. So we're going to use my trusty dusty 4-inch grinder, which this is what I used initially anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. You will need to get power set up. I recommend a decent pair of safety glasses. I personally prefer glass safety glasses over plastic safety glasses. I like glass because it doesn't scuff up as much. I feel like plastic ones go bad really, really quick. They are significantly cheaper, so pick your poison. Okay, next thing you need to do is count to the center of this. You need to count how many spaces you have, because the worst thing that could happen is to get it offset. So you find your middle, which ours happens to be the 13th rung on all of these, and I'm gonna keep, at least we'll just keep that there so I don't lose track of it, and then we'll start cutting them away. Now, an option you do have if you wanted really clean edges is you could just cut straight down these one good ones and lose this whole section, but I really don't want to lose that space because I utilize that space. So I'm going to cut this in diagonals every other one so that I have kind of an extension at least on the ends. One thing to note is if I'm going to cut this one at this angle right here, I need to cut the opposite this way, and that way, and that way, and you get the drift. And now we'll coil up all of our tool and put it away. And I will link in the description a grinder. This is a very expensive one, probably more robust than any homeowner really needs, but I will link one down in the description. That's a good deal. All right, for the next step, we are going to need a set of lineman pliers and some baling wire. And this part's easy. You're gonna pick up one half and line it up with the other half. And there is a smaller grate on the bottom, and I try to keep that going the same way, but not all mine do that. So we need our 2 halves to hinge open, so all I do is cut a little bit of wire, wrap it around, and I recommend a couple of turns, and then with the 2 ends together, twist tie them. Now you could do this with zip ties, but zip ties will break down over time. This wire will definitely rust, but I've had them for 8 years and none of them have worn out yet. So, but keep that bent down because that will tear your hands apart. And you're gonna wanna do that maybe 3 or 4 times. Now you're ready to place your trellis over your tomatoes. That looks pretty good. But I got one more step I like to do when I put it in. If you notice, you can't see any of the bottom rungs on any of these, and this one sits on top. Is I grab the whole thing right here and just kind of shake back and forth. And if you've got your soil freshly tilled, like you followed a today's task tutorial, it's gonna go right in. And then it's good to go, and it'll stay all season long. And that is a simple tomato trellis. All right, you guys, there you have it. 1, 2, 3, and 4th trellis. This is one that I've always had, and I did used to use a thicker gauge wire, but I kind of ran out of it and I realized it was just more overkill than needed. So this thinner stuff is easier to manipulate and handle, so I like the smaller baling wire. You do need gloves for this project. You will tear your hands apart. These edges are very, very sharp. I'm pretty sure I got some lacerations the first time I did this. I am wearing long pants and a hoodie to protect myself because I swear to it, these things have cut me apart a few times. So be very careful of that. Be very mindful of it and you'll be just fine. Cover up, wear your gloves, and you'll be good. If you guys like today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And if you are interested in any of the projects we are working on or like them, give a comment down below on what you're doing and what you're working on yourself. And we'll see you guys next time. Lincoln, come get this stuff picked up, bud. Your scooter, the mitt, everything. Your ball, it's in the weeds here, bud. Come on. Put your bike over there. Go get that stuff cleaned up. Look, take that cup inside. And then your baseball mitt is in the...
I'm taking it.
No, bud. Don't come outside. You know better. Come on. Go put it inside. No. Lincoln, go put that away. But planting that many tomatoes means you need a lot of... I don't even know what they're called. Tomato racks, tomato crates. Of what we call cattle fencing. This is not like the big bar. All it is one 16-foot by 50-inch piece of cattle fencing, and you can typically, all it is one 16 by 50 inch. So they're $30 I recommend a halfway decent pair of safety. And then I'll just stack these against a fence. That fence that everybody likes and doesn't hate at all. That beautiful, gorgeous, weathered fence that everybody just, I don't know why they don't like you, fence, but I like you. You're a good fence. You done a good job. Keep the dog in, keep the kids in.